Hello everybody, I hope everybody's having a great day today. What we are doing today is inspiration as opposed to perspiration. I've been trying to watch some videos about a certain palette, and yes, there are a fair few, but not from the YouTubers that I watch regularly. And they're just like a couple of dozen of them, and some of them are not little, they're pretty big YouTubers. But for some reason this palette does not seem to be that widespread with some of these big YouTubers. But I'm inspired by it. Let's talk about it. And of course I've forgotten the name of it at this juncture. I had it in my head. I will put the name down at the bottom, but it's the Danessa Myrick matte palette, the one that has the two different formulas in it, but it's essentially all matte, and I am inspired by it. So I also wanted to do a Super Shock video. So I thought, why don't I put the two together? Let my inspiration come through with my Super Shocks. Super Shock blushes. I have one bronzer and my Super Shock shadows. I have one Danessa Myrick clear. I'll call it a gloss, but glaze. It's glaze. But because this is my video and I can do whatever I want with it, the one palette that I got to put alongside all of my single shadows, the one matte Milani Gilded Mini. All of these mattes, probably not anywhere near as good as what Danessa Myrick has in her palette, but it's the one matte that I bought purposefully to use with any of my shimmers that I thought would be needed. So I did not do my eyebrows on purpose, because I thought she does her brows with her palette. So I haven't used, that's what I used to use all the time. Strictly, you couldn't find, when I was doing this, you could not find powder strictly for eyebrows. So I always looked for a brown single shadow. And even that was next to impossible. You would think that I'm the dinosaur when I was doing my makeup, and still am. So I'm gonna try it. As I said, it's been a while, but I'm not gonna put any, oh god, that's dark. Let's mix it in with the ginger. That is dark, yeah. That is one of the reasons why I have put using a pencil on the back burner, because I was finding that my brows were getting too dark, like they used to be, and I was getting at the point where it's too dark. It's just too dark. See, that's the problem. This is almost a little too orange, and I have to use it again because otherwise the colors are not going to match. But this palette is pigmented because I only dabbed in it twice, and look at my eyebrow, how dark it went. This time I dabbed in it a lot less. When I say a lot less, I mean not nearly as heavy. I know that my eyebrows, because I'm not putting in my brow mascara, but every time I use it, I keep trying to get my eyebrows to stand up, and they don't. So big whoop. Big whoop. They just will not stand up. Now, as I said, she uses her palette to do her eyebrows, and I did as well. Now, let's see what I have. I'm going to do my bronzer first, because it's the only bronzer I have. And I will use my Yensa. I do find that doing face with the Super Shocks is a little more difficult. It's still beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it's a little difficult. It does not want to come up on the brush. Like, I mean, yes, it comes on the brush, but I don't know. It just does not want to. I finished my number 7 this afternoon. I just finished my number 7. Now I gotta figure out which one is going to go in my project pan, which foundation. Right now I've got my Synchro Skin with my Misha, but is that the one I'm gonna use? I technically should. I believe my Bourjois foundation, the one last one I have, is the oldest. It is an amazing, beautiful foundation. It is also a tad light, but and I'm scared to open it because if I open it and don't put it in my project pan, that's probably when when it's gonna start going bad after having gotten air into the package. But I can use my Misha with it as well because it is a little light, and Misha is also very old, so at least the Misha won't be going to waste. I have too many foundations for the amount of times I put makeup on. I just want to find 2 or 3 foundations just like Annette's Makeup Corner does and use those, and that's it. Because I don't want my foundations to go to waste. I know that I want one of them to be Chanel, for sure. Bourjois got out of Canada, so that can't be one of them. Yeah, I look a little pale because I think I put too much of the Synchro Skin in with the number 7 because I had a lot less number 7 than usual. But my face, I don't know, on this side of the multiverse, it looks almost flawless. Wow. Why can't I look good just waking up? Alright, so bronzer, I'm not going to put that away just in case I want to use it for something else. Maybe in my crease, maybe not. I don't know. Now the question is, which... I closed these tight, and this one was a little difficult. Oh, let me tell you, it gets sandy. I've got Bardot. And the reason I got Bardot is a really funny thing. When I was growing up, because my name is Brigitte, everybody would, all my parents' friends and whatnot, because I was always the one lonely kid going to adult gatherings, because my parents sometimes would not leave me home alone, and sometimes they would. Latchkey kid. Everybody would call me Brigitte Bardot, you know, trying to make me feel good about myself and how beautiful Brigitte Bardot was. So that's why I got this. Stupid story, but it's my story. So this is Bardot, and then I've got All Laced Up. There we go. 360. I got this one because Jen Phelps loves it. Okay, I'll show you guys. So, do I only have 3 left? Okay, that's all I have. So this is Bardot, All Laced Up, and 360. And I'm gonna have to use 360 because I am wearing I stole my husband's shirt. I did. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. I am putting MSQ brushes. I have to remember that when I edit my brush declutter. I couldn't remember. That's a beautiful color. I need something a little pinkier, like the Dior. But I want to stick to Super Shocks as much as possible. This is so pretty. It's so pretty. I want to put a bit more. Yep. Okay. So now I have Flexitarian. This is my one and only Super Shock highlighter. My one and only. It is very pretty. I wanted something generic. I didn't want to have to deal with yellows or greens or blues or pinks or orange. I just wanted something generic. Now, if a few methods of applying makeup have changed in your mind, it's because some of them have, because I have been learning. I have been studying some stuff, trying to make them work in my own little world. And that is what I'm doing. Okay. So there is my flexitarian. Now, what is this girl going to do with... I didn't even take a look, except at this one because it's my brand new one, which is Adaptogen. It's almost green. I should do a video of swatching all of my Super Shocks. So there is that one. This one is... Why am I going to strain myself and give myself a headache? Run Wild. Like a Moss. I'm not doing green. Ritz. Just a topper. Oh, this is a possibility. This is In the Saddle. Touch the Sky. So Merida. And my girl Mulan Reflection. I heart this. That's more of a white. Party of 5. This is more of a purple. Aster. Oh, that looks very silver with a pink shift. Set to Stun. Yeah. I'm gonna have difficulty figuring this out. Rooftop Cocktails. This is just a very shifty green, blue, bronze frog. Pink shift. I don't need that right now. The Griffith. I think this is a purple, silver. Yeah. I heart this. My problem is I don't wear makeup every day. Rose Garden. Oh, that's neon. Purple. Purple and blue. And this is Deep Dive. Alright, so, okay, let's see what I can do. So let's go for my girl Mulan first. No, this is very orange. Not today. Am I going to try to do this with a brush first? Duh. So I'm taking my Miniso. It's not the picking up that's the problem, it's the putting back down that's the problem. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so this is more of a topper, so I can definitely put something else on top of this. It's not definitely can, it's definitely will. We're playing with Super Shocks. We're playing with Super Shocks. How do they work on top of each other? I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. Okay, I dug out Frog. First off, I want to see if I can put this in my inner corner with a brush because I can't do it with my fat, stubby fingers. I like not having as many brushes beside me because I can actually see what I have. Not that they were so tight before, but I'm sure you guys understand when there's less, it's easier. Okay, so the other reason I wanted Frog was for my fairy dust. this video is supposed to be a lot quicker than this. Yes, everything has a specific spot. Okay, so Aster and Set to Stun, absolutely beautiful Super Shocks, and one on top of the other are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, technically it should have been the other way around, but you do what you gotta do. And while I'm here, I think Adaptogen is going to get swatched. This is a perfect fall color. Yeah, glad I got it. And between you and me and nobody else, I put in another order with GLAMBOT. Because there's just so much I want on the Sephora website that I don't know. It's so expensive. The budget I used on GLAMBOT would have gotten me 2 things from Sephora that I really want. Okay, I want to try and use, see the problem is they're so dark. I want to use this brown because, well, no, yeah, I'll use the same one I used on my eyebrows, just a teeny tiny mixed in with the ivory because, okay, don't tap the ferrule on something hard, Bridget. Do not tap the ferrule on something hard. Just enough to show that I actually put something underneath. And the other brown was warm toned, whereas this one is cool toned. Yeah, and my brows are 2 different colors. I put too much ginger on this side. Okay, only hubby will see me. Man, I want that palette. I think it's $88 here in Canada. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing because that's when mistakes happen. I'm going to go do my eyebrows and then we will talk. What color am I putting on my lips? Gotta go over all that again. I'll be back. Back. Okay, I realized that the only answer for me was 360 because of the blush and the fact that I'm wearing pink. I had 2 more Super Shock blushes, I believe. I think it was 2. Wasn't 3, but I think it was 2. Anyway, they were dry and I decluttered them before I found out that they could be revived. Be that as it may, 360 it is for the lips. Let's start with that. It's still very creamy, and that's the funny thing. I got them all at the same time, so 360 is creamy and the other and 2 others were all laced up the same. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that because we know me, more is more. And we're gonna go with my glaze because that's what it's for. Thank you, Danessa Myrick, for your inspiration. Very much thank you. Now, what do I need? I need to find more inspiration. Maybe I'll do a look with all of my that's all, folks. Maybe I'll do a look with all of my Danessa Myrick products. Not very many, but I've got more than just a glaze. You guys have seen my eyeshadow single declutter. Every time I've tried to get one of her nudes, the color that I want is always out. They're not too bad. They're $27 here, so that's not too bad. But there we go. There is my inspiration from watching Danessa Myrick use, not her latest, but the one before palette, as a full face of makeup with just my ColourPop Super Shocks and Milani Gilded Mini. Just the matte because I can. And two beautiful Super Shocks, one on top of the other. We've got Aster and Set to Stun. Danessa Myrick, you're a genius. If you can inspire me, you are a genius. Thank you everybody once again for coming to visit with me. Please leave me a comment, like my video, and subscribe to my channel. Bientôt.